This is section number 2 of class 12, computer science, computer application. This is sample question paper of 2021 of class 12. Write a function L shift, and inside we have the array and a value n. So two parameters in Python, which accepts a list of this ARR of number. So this will be a list, and n is a numeric value by which all elements of the list are to be shifted to the left. For example, if you have ARR, this is L shift. This is a function, and if you give 2, which is actually the question, if you give 3, it should be shifted by 3. Sample input data of the list is 10, 10, 20, 30, 40, 12, 11, and n equals 2. So when you shift it twice to the left, the final list should be something like this. 30 should come in the place of 10. So that is 2 shifting. 40 will come to 20. 12 will come to 30. 11 will come to 40. So what will happen to 10 and 20? 10 will be shifted first to 11 and then to 12. 20 will be shifted first to 10 and then to 11. Okay, 20 will come here and then it will come here. This is the shifting. The final version is this one. Okay, first is, this is the function, and whatever is the name, you have to use exactly the same name. So what is the length of this list? First we need to understand. It's clear from here, but we are writing a function and it will work on each and every list. For that, we need a length. So this is the length. L equals length of this list. So we know the length now. Now in range from 0 to n, that is how many times shifting has to be done. So 0 to 2, that is 0, 1. So twice it will be shifting. Okay, because we don't reach up to n. N is 2, so 0 first and 1. We don't go up to 2. Now this is very important line, y equals ARR 0. So what will happen is, y will be saving the first element of this list. Let me write the list. This is the index 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So first of all, the 0, the ARR 0 is what 10. So we will save it or secure it, this 10 to y, because when we will be shifting, 20 will take the place of 10. So what will happen to 10? That is why we have to save it first. And then we'll apply the loop. The loop is that now actual shifting is beginning. 20 will come here, 30 will come 20, 40 will come to 30, and 12 will come to 40, and 11 will come to 12. So one shifting will be done. We have saved already 10, so we don't have any problem if 10 is replaced by 20. So this is how the shifting is going on, right? And 10 we have already saved. So what will happen? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 shifting we have done. So we have to start with 0 till L minus 1. L minus 1. Not L, L minus 1. So 20 has come to 10. If we take the index, that is A0, A1. A1 has been shifted to A0 position. That is 20 has been shifted to 10 position. And 30 is shifted to 20 position. So A2 is now at A1. Okay. So this I plus 1 you are transferring to I or replacing to I. ARR I plus 1 is AI. So when we increase, this 1 will go to 0 and this loop will take 2 to 1. So that is how till L minus 1 all the values 5 shifting will be done. 11 will come here. So 11, actually you have shifted 11 to 12. But you have already saved 10. So this 10 will go to the position of 11. Okay. First shifting. Now it will start with 20. Because 20 has come here, 30, 40, 12, 11, and finally 10 we have shifted to the last position, which is 11. Okay, this is 10. and this will happen again because this n is 2. We have to shift it twice. One shifting we have already done, but because the question is asking double shifting, 2 shifting to the left. So one more shifting will be done. So 0, 1 we have done. Once it will be incremented, 1 will go. That is twice the shifting will be done. Twice. Okay. So next time what will happen? 30 will come here. So before that you have to save 20. We will save 20. 20 save, and finally you will 20 you will put it in the position of 10. So finally this list will come. Write a function in Python that counts the number of me and my words present in the text file story.txt. So if you see, this story.txt is the file name, right? Now my first book was Me and My Family. It gave me chance to be known to the world. To the world. Now count of me and my. Let us count how many me and my are there. Please understand case sensitivity. So if the solution is like this, the answer will not be 4, it will be 3. The answer which is given or provided by CBSE is 4, but the solution they have provided will not give you 4, it will give you 3, because capital MY, this is capital M and E, okay, this will be counted 2, and then the third one which is my family here, third count. So 3 counting, but the counting is 4. Why it is wrong, why it is not correct, let me tell you. Because there is one more me in this whole content. One ME is there, but this is small ME, and the code being provided is for capital ME, capital M and E, right? So what we'll do, they have not provided the function name, so you can use it by yourself. Display me my. This is a function. A relevant name you have to choose. Then you have to have num equal to 0. That is, this is a count variable. Whenever we need to count, we need to have a variable that initiates to 0. Previous question we have taken the m, which was a empty string. Like this, num equals 0 is initialization. Now we are opening the story.txt. So we are opening this file, okay, RT form. Then now you have read this in n, but this n, whenever we are reading, we need to split it. We have read it all, but we need to split it like this list. My is different, then the second one will be first, third one will be book, fourth will be was, then me, then and. Each and every word is to be taken up and splitted. This line is very important when we are dealing with words. So now we have different words in M. Now we will iterate or go through this list, each and every element of M through this X. So wherever capital E, ME and capital MY will come, it will count. How it is counting? It is just incrementing the number NUM which we have taken as 0. So how many times we get a hit, that is me or my, we will add 1 to this num. So first time it will 1, then 2 and then 3. So it will stop here, and then finally you will print count of me and my in 5. But what I am trying to suggest here is how to get this 4. How to get this 4? You just have to add one more thing here, or X equals small me. We dealt with capital ME. This is small me. X equals small me. So this is how you have to change the program so that you get 4. Otherwise it will be 3. The count will be 3. So I hope this split is very important here, because we are dealing with words. The next question which is coming up is dealing with characters. So there will be no split. Here we need each and every character, we need split. We don't need split. So here we have another function, write a function am count. Now it is reading each and every character from some file, say text file. Am count is a function, and we are reading each and every character from here. Not word, it's character. Here we were reading word, and then that's why we use split. Now here we have no problem like that. We can read each and every character. It is space or whatever character from the story.txt. So we have a content which will be replaced in story.txt. So wherever A and M is coming, wherever this A, M, small or capital, it doesn't matter. Wherever A is coming, count it. Wherever M is coming, count it. The content of story.txt will be changed. It will not be as previous one. So wherever A is coming, we count. Wherever M is coming, we count. And when we count, we just display it. This is the whole program content or program logic. So this is EM count. This is a printing mistake, so you can correct it. Okay. So we have a function called count underscore A underscore M. You can name it in any way you want. So we are opening this file read mode. We don't have to write anything. Now when we are counting, as I said, we have to have a variable to initiate it to 0. So A comma M equals 0 0. And R equals F dot read, which we have already done in the previous question. Reading is very important. Now all the content has been read. So F dot read, we are not doing split. Again, let me go back. We are not splitting it. Split was done to make list of all the different words. But here we have this R. So we will sequentially go through each and every character of this R. X0 is not required. You can just write X. Of course, this is a loop. X will take each and every character. You don't have to have this X0. It will start with the first character till the last character. Okay. How many times A is coming? If A is coming or capital A or small a coming, just increment A, which was the variable being taken, capital A. Whenever X0, you don't have to write, only X will work. One more important thing is that this X equals A. So this is very important. Let me reiterate again. Capital A, small a, which we just saw in the question, just last question, we have seen capital ME and small me, the answer changes. So we have to change for capital A or small a. So the question is saying, wherever this A is coming, do this. It is not saying you to capital or small. So you have to check for both. M also, capital M, small m. So you have to check for both. So whenever A is coming, we increment A. Whenever M is coming, we increment M. Okay. And then we close it. And then we print A and we print M. This is the final solution. So I'm not going to this 4 and 2. This is because any content can come in your exam. So next is write the outputs of the SQL queries 1 and 3 based on the relations teacher and posting given below. So this is a table, this is a table. There are two tables. Now the second table, it will only come in the third question. First and 2, let us see. So first is select department and count star from teacher, group by department. What does it mean? Let me show you the solution. Now there is a small problem in this solution. I'll just tell you what is the problem. From teacher, that is, you have to use the table as teacher. So this table we are going to employ. Select department and count. So whenever the table is going to come, one column will be department, other column will be count. This is department and this is count. I'm writing only the initials. So department and count. And there will be two columns. Because whenever we select, whichever we select, that those will be the columns. Now group by is by department. You have to take department and you have to count each department. Count star is, so computer science is how many? Computer science. That is how you have to do. So first let us write the department. Computer science, you have history, short I'm writing, and mathematics. Now how many computer science? Because count star. How many computer science are there? 1 and 2. So 2 computer sciences are there. So 2. How many history? 1, 2 and 3. 3 histories are there. Then your mathematics. 1, 2, 3. 3 mathematics it is there. 1, 2, 3. So this is the result should come. The answer which is given here, why it is not correct? Because it is grouped by department. because department has alphabets, or you can say characters, or you can say strings, words. So these words have to arranged in the alphabetical order. That is, first alphabet in you. If you see computer science, history and mathematics, C will come first. C will come first. So you have to take C first, computer science. Then E, F, G, H, H. H will come. Then H, I, J, K, L, M, N, M will come later. So first computer science, then history, then math. This is not very correct, because it has to come in an alphabetical manner, because the group by is on the basis of department only. Next one, select max. Select max and minimum. So now it will give the value. It will not give you the column, because max is an aggregate function. Minimum is an aggregate function. So it will not give you a column, as I just suggested earlier. So you have to go to this column and find out the maximum of it. Since 2018 is the maximum, the date 31/7/2018. So the maximum would be 31/7/2018. And when you print it, it may come depending upon different SQL 2018/7/31 also. Date of join, again find out the minimum in this particular column only. It's an aggregate function, so it will take the minimum one. And highest is 2018, minimum is this 2007. So 5/9/2007 2007 is the minimum of this. Okay. So fortunately in this question we have only one highest and one lowest year. But if it would have been 2018 for 2-3 records, what will happen? You have to see then the month. If month are also same, you have to see the date, right? Then you will see which is the maximum and minimum. The minimum will be, as per this question, it will be 5/9/2007. Coming to the third one, select teacher.name, so name will come. Teacher.department, so department will be the second column. And posting.place, whatever comes after select will be the column name. From teacher and posting, so both table we have to use, and that there will be a proper join of these two tables. Where teacher.department, so teacher department and posting.department have to be equal, and posting.place is Delhi. So posting in this table, posting, which is the posting place for Delhi? Posting is Delhi, so it is computer science relating to it. This, so Delhi is computer science. Delhi take us back to computer science, and computer science take us back to the names. So only computer science names you have to write. So Jugal is the first one. Delhi computer science, Jugal. Computer science, we are relating it with the Jugal. And then again Delhi computer science. Now whichever is the other name for computer science we have, because there are two entries of computer science. So we have CS and Shivom. So name will be Shivom, department, and Delhi, this department and place will remain same. Delhi computer science will never change because it is coming for posting. We have to relate it with the first table, and that relation will only take us to the name of these people who are in computer science and who are posted in Delhi. So only two people are there, Jugal and Shivom. This table you just write it or make it in the column and row form. This is also very important to show it the way it should look. Write a function in Python, push ARR, where ARR is a list of numbers. From this list, push all numbers divisible by 5 into a stack implemented by using a list. Display the stack if it has at least one element, otherwise display appropriate error message. So before going to this one, we have OR. There is one more question which is OR. Write a function in Python pop, where ARR is a stack implemented by a list of numbers. The function returns the value deleted from the stack. Okay. So let me tell you about push and pop. What does it mean? How do we go about it? So push and pop, this is a container. So whenever you are pushing, this is 2 You are pushing, then 3, then 4. Okay, what if there is nothing in the container? We say empty stack. When we pop, first 4 will be popped, 3 will be popped, and then 2 will be popped. So whichever come last will be the first one to be taken out. So when you have taken 4, 3 and 2, but once 2 is being popped and you try to pop something again, there is nothing because already 4, 3, 2 has come. So there is nothing coming. So that problem is called underflow. Underflow. And the question is saying display this tag if it has at least one element, otherwise display appropriate error message. So at least if 2 is there, then you don't show the message. Then you show, if it is not there, not even a single number, you say empty stack. So first clear question it is given that push ARR. So you just have to take whatever they have written in the question. So don't use this value. There is nothing called value in the whole program. So there is a lot of mistakes and errors in the. So we need to correct it in the sample question paper and solution. So the question has already provided that this is the name of the function. These are the parameters. So we have to use exactly like this. Array is a list of numbers. So you have 2, 3, 5, 7, 1 like this. Push all the numbers divisible by 5 into a stack implementation. So let me make just any few numbers which are divisible by 5 by list. So now we have an empty list. This is an empty list where we are going to add the numbers which are divisible by 5 from the ARR. So we will take a range, means for loop for x in range. What is the range? 0 to till length of ARR. This is the list. There will be length. So if the ARR 0 modulo 5 equals 0, that is ARR 0 will be having what? 0 means 2. So the first index will have value 2, but it is not divisible by 5. So it will not append it to the S list. S. First is, if it is divisible by 5, then only we will add it to S or append it to S. If it is not divisible by 5, we won't do it anything. We'll go to next one, 3. Now when we come to 1 also, it is the problem. 3 doesn't divide, but we come to 2, 5 divided by 2, 5. 5 modulo 5 is 0. So now we will take this 5 and then append it to S. So we have ARR 2, which is 5, and then we will add it to this. S was empty first, so 5 will be added here. Then this is again going, it will go to 7. No match. 7 is not divisible by 5. Then we'll go to 10. Oh, 10 is divisible by 5. So we get 10 modulo 5 equals 0. So this condition meets, if condition meets. So what we'll do? We'll take this 10 modulo 5 is 5 to the 10. So it divides it perfectly. So we will take this ARR 5, which is 10, and we'll append it into the s.append, that is list we will append. So now 10 will get added. So now we have a list which is having 5, 10. We'll print it later on. But if the length is, because we have to go till length. If a length of S is 0, because we are not having any number. If 5 and 10 is not there in this list, for example, if I write the list as 2, 3, 1, 8, there is no number which is divisible by 5. So the S list will be empty. So we have to check for this list S first. Otherwise, we will print S, which will be printed. We know what will be printed, 5 and 10, because in this question, we have taken 5 and 10 divisible by 5. Otherwise, empty stack will be printed. Now we are coming to pop. Same thing we are doing, piston pop. So we have a function pop ARR, and where this is a stack implemented by a list of numbers, this stack. So pop is given and pop stack is given here. So there is again a printing mistake. So whatever is given in the question, just use that. Don't use yours one. So ARR is a stack implemented by a list of number. The function returns the value deleted from the stack. So we have a stack and say it has some number 257. So we are now taking out, popping out the number. So when we take out the number, if you see, if there is no number inside, what are you going to get? If you want to pop, which is an empty list, from that is that this condition is called underflow. For example, the size of this stack is 3. You pushed 5, 6 and 8 and you wanted to push 9 more. It will not be pushed because the size of this container is only 3. So in push, this condition is called as overflow. Overflow. There are two conditions: underflow that will happen in pop, overflow will happen in push. So first we have to check the length of st equals 0. If it is 0, then we'll say underflow, because if there is nothing, how can you pop? You have to check it first. Otherwise, you have to check the length. Then you will take the value, the SL, that is the last one, that is 752. You have to take 7, not 2. Please remember, 7 will come pop, 7 will be popped first. So you will not go to 2. That is why you are using L minus 1. Not 0, 1 like this. You have to start from the last. So 7 will come first, that is L minus 1. It will be printed, and then you have to do what? st dot pop L minus 1. Okay, this will be pop because now this st, which you was the actual array being passed or ARR being passed, now you have to pop this element. So now you are actually removing this 7. Now only 5 and 2 is remaining. 5 and 2 will remain. And you will do this again and again till 5 and 2 will also be taken out. And once 2 is taken out, the length of st will be 0. So finally underflow condition will come. And before that, we have already popped out whatever element is contained inside. So this is the solution. Okay, this section 3 will be taking next time. Okay. Till then, thank you so much. Take care of yourself.